We're going to take a look at a couple retail stocks. We're going to start with Walmart. You can see that basically ever since we had that big pop in here in mid-February and then that drop at the end of February, we've really just kind of been consolidating, right? So about $5, $4 channel we've been trading in here for the past 3 weeks. And it seems like we're alternating red candle, red candle, green candle here on the weekly chart. So we ended green last week. Let's see if we can continue that pattern and red. If not, then it looks like we're going to be heading to the upside in here. What are we looking at overall for our big supports and resistances? We're going to be watching this 9-day EMA, this blue line right here. That's currently sitting at 123.82. That's going to be our first support. You can see we've been sitting right on that ever since really the beginning of the year in here. So that is going to be a major support for us. Anything below there, we're looking at that 121 level, then down here right around this 115 area, which is where our lower trend line is on our overall structure. To the upside in here, what are we going to be looking at? Well, we are going to be watching that nice 130 psych level right in here. And then above there, we're looking at these highs in here coming in on the year at 134.69. That's what we're going to be taking a look at for our overall big resistances in here to the upside. Anything outside of that, we're looking at the overall top of the structure, which is going to be that 138 area. Our RSI is a little bit elevated in here, but it did come back down ever since we were super overbought in those upper 80s back in January, finally pulled back, but we still are a little bit elevated in here at 61. Now, as far as our expected move on our implied volatility has rose as well. So that is going to be sitting at 34 currently. You have about a $4 expected move priced in by this Friday. Next week, you're looking at right around a $6 expected move. Now we're also going to take a look at TJ Maxx, we're looking at TJX. That is, so this is the parent company of TJ Maxx and Home Goods and things like that. Where are we sitting here on this overall weekly chart? Well, we're trading a little bit higher than Walmart. We're sitting at that 155 handle. A couple red candles coming in on the week, large body here from this weekly candle compared to last week. So we're looking for a little bit of a reversal in here, but if not, we're going to see if we can set up shop right at this 154.15. If that does not hold, then we're looking right here, right around this 152 for a bounce off this overall structure. And then eventually, if that does not hold as well, look for a larger pullback back to this previous support that we had in here at the beginning of the year, which was also a resistance last year, which is currently trading right around that 148 level. Now to the upside in here, this 9-day EMA is now going to be our resistance. So that is sitting at 156. Outside of that, we're looking at 157 and then the psych level of 160 and then the overall area of that high that came in this year, 162. So those are the levels we're looking at on our overall structure here. Look to kind of stay in this structure, but maybe we have more of a chance here to get a little reversal than we do of a pullback, but that it looks like we have to kind of meet this 154 sometime this week first before we get a nice run in here. But again, we'll have to kind of wait and see what the overall market does and what kind of pullback or gap up we are going to get as we go into this new week. As our implied volatility goes, we're sitting here about 44, so this is elevated in here as well. About a $4 expected move priced in by this Friday, $6 by next Friday. So pretty decent expected move in here. Your volume is a little bit lighter in TJX as compared to Walmart, but we are in the monthly expiration cycle, so perhaps that would bring some volume with us in here, especially if we get a decent move either way in here. That should help as well. But we're going to see what happens here as we start the new week for retail. TJX and Walmart are going to be giving us a good idea of what could happen here coming up as we start this newer quarter, and then we can kind of go from there and play these things accordingly. So let's see what happens overall in TJX and in Walmart. All right, guys, if you like this video, make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We also have a Discord service if you are interested, and you can find all of our socials in the description below.